Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Tea with Taylor. Thank you for joining me today. We're doing it a little bit earlier. We got to accommodate our lovely guests today. And we're going to be talking about finding your authentic self. Y'all, we're going to get into it. It's going to be a real conversation, one that needs to be had. So stay tuned. Bringing my first guest now, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves. Come on in. I didn't get one earlier, so I'm going to get one now. Okay. Welcome. So I'm going to find us on Facebook so I can interact with the comments and all that, because I love interacting. And while I do that, you can introduce yourself to everyone, to the viewers. I'll let everyone know who you are, what you do, and your pronouns.
Hi, it's Eunice again. I was here before.
Yes.
So thank you for having me.
Of course.
So excited. So again, Eunice David. You can find me on Loving Eunice or Yoga with Yoon. And the things that I do in my life, I'm a clinical mental health counselor. I'm actually taking clients now if you're looking for a therapist.
Oh, yes, you better get that plug.
Yes.
You better get that plug.
And I'm also a yoga instructor, so if you want to stretch and find some mindfulness as well. And my pronouns are she, her, hers.
Oh my, thank you. So yeah, you be doing it all. The fitness queen, the model queen. Like, I just live for everything you do.
Don't give me a big head.
No, but you do it well.
Thank
and
you.
you're such a beautiful person inside out. So I had to have you back. So as you heard, that I'm bringing Eunice back for the second time. So Eunice is our not our new friend. Our new friend is running a little bit behind. They have to come from Massachusetts. So I get it. It's whatever. But we're going to get into these hot topics, y'all.
Yes.
Y'all ready for this? You ready
Woo,
for this?
hot topics.
Oh, yes. It's going to get real warm in here, too, with these lights. So be ready. Be ready for that. Here goes my book. This is my saving grace. It helps me keep track of everything, I swear. OCD like a mother flower. But anyways, so for the first hot topic, it's actually, so it's a Netflix drama that I've been talking about that drove me crazy. Have you been on the Netflix wave?
Oh, yeah, of course I have.
Yes.
I'm ready for it, babe.
Oh, my gosh. All right, so this one drove me crazy. Almost as, I'm not even going to say it yet, but Inventing Anna. Have you seen it?
See, I haven't seen it yet. I've been waiting.
Oh, shoot. You gotta
Tell
see it.
me.
You have to see it. All right, so I don't want to give away any spoilers, but it's a Netflix series about a fake German heiress who cons people out of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars, and almost a few banks and things like that. And you have to watch it. It's crazy to watch that unfold. But Inventing Anna was a 9-part series. And have you seen Ozark?
Yes, I have.
So, oh my gosh, I forget her name. Julia Garner is her real name, but the girl with the short curly hair, that's who plays Anna in Inventing Anna. Yeah, Julia Garner is her real name, but I forget her name in Ozark. If y'all remember her name in Ozark, comment. Let me know. Because I forget. Ruth, yes! I just thought about the accent. She was so badass. But thank you guys for watching. I see all the names popping up. Hey! But yeah, she played, it was 77 million views the first weekend it came out. And let me tell you, I sat there glued. It was so good. It just unfolds and so great. It gets more and more intense the more you watch it, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna go to sleep, and you're just like I bring that up to say it's very similar to The Tender Swindler. Have you seen that?
Oh yeah,
that was sickening.
That was crazy. And I'm just like, these
poor ladies, and people had the nerve to victim shame them.
Exactly.
Oh, you shouldn't have gave him money. Oh, that was stupid. Hello, did you see this con artist at work? That made me mad. I was here with my fist clenched, but Tender Swindler, the guy, he used the name Simon Levy, and we're finding out that the Levy family is suing him, actually. Oh, yes, the real Levy family is suing him. They said, don't mess with the real Levy. So there is a real Levy family, and they must have seen the show, The Tender Swindler, and they're suing him for using their name in false representation.
Oh my God.
As a part of the Levy family.
Oh,
he said,
ready.
Yeah, you saw it.
That's karma.
Oh, I was so happy. I was like, now his enemies really are after him.
Exactly.
So I had to mention that because excuse me, because the tenderness underwear reminded me of Inventing Anna and vice versa. And Anna, I think, was a little bit worse because she wasn't even pretending to be in relationships with people.
Oh my god.
She was just
got that money.
Money. Like, meeting after meeting, and like, it was crazy. The lengths she went to pretend she was like this, like, billionaire, and she almost pulled it off.
See, now I gotta watch.
That's the crazy part. She almost pulled it off.
I love it.
I think Lamb is here, so we're gonna get Lamb, I think, and bring Lamb on in and have them introduce themselves. In the meantime, we're still going to go through our hot topics, and we're just going to wait. No one can come into the studio as loud as... I don't know if you saw the episode last week. I had Nate Banks on. And Nate Banks is one of my really good friends. We love Nate.
Oh my God.
But Nate came in a little bit late, also coming from Boston, and came in and was like, boom, 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 clap, 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 and so starts banging and everything in the background, getting water. Nate, I love you, but you win the award for the loudest intro ever. So nothing could ever beat that. So
yeah.
So there's that. But another interesting thing that I saw this week that stood out to me was another movie. And this is all tying in because our game that we're going to play is going to be relating to books, movies, and songs with colors in them.
Oh.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Can you do it?
Yes, I think you can do it. I think you can do it. You got this. JD said, what's up, Taylor and Eunice? Hey, JD. Lamb will be joining us very shortly. But another thing that stood out this week, well, last week actually I saw this, and I just saved it for this week. But Candyman, the newest movie Candyman, did you see it? What'd you think? What are your thoughts? Because I heard a lot of people, not for nothing, you guys tell me what you thought too. A lot of people saying that it wasn't as good as the original.
The original was scary.
But like, I heard a lot of good things about it too. Like,
because the director is amazing. Like, you gotta think about that. But
so that's what we're gonna get into. But what did you think about the film?
It was good. It had a lot of different meanings inside. But again,
the main meaning, you know what the main meaning is? Keep your name out my mouth. He said, if you don't say my name, I won't come at you.
Exactly.
Chloe Savage said, hi, Eunice. Hi, Chloe. Thanks for watching. It's been years, Chloe said. Oh, y'all got her story. Oh, y'all got her story. Okay, Chloe. No, but the film actually grossed $22.3 million.
Wow.
And that's making it the first film to become #1 directed by a black woman. You were talking about the director. So kudos to, I forget the woman's name, the director of Candyman, but the newest one. It's receiving some pretty good accolades. I think it hit the theater at a really good time too, where we were all like, we need something to watch. And a lot of times I think remakes are like, eh. But this one I thought it was good. I thought they did it justice. They did it justice. They didn't have to redo it, but they did it justice. I was like, and the actor, the main guy, scared the hell out of me.
Oh my god,
he scared the hell out of me.
Yeah,
he kind of looks like the guy from the old one. No, am I the only one?
That guy is freaking scary.
No, when they did the little graphic of him, I was like, no. It was already scary enough looking. When he was called Helen, I was like, no. Oh, hey, Liz.
Hey,
hi guys.
With you.
Yes, because you're our new friend on here. I see you with Taylor. Hey.
Hi. Good to see you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes.
I did.
So we're gonna. Oh yes, all the way. So we're gonna pause our hot topics for a moment to give you a chance to introduce yourselves, and I like to say, tell the people what you do, who you are, and your pronouns. Yeah, work. I don't know what just happened there. All right.
Yeah, so hi everyone, my name is Lamb. I live in Boston, Massachusetts, where I am an event producer. I focus on the queer and trans, people of color community, and we have a lot of different events ranging from group discussions all the way to weekend festivals.
Listen, I'm waiting for June.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for June. I am waiting. June, they're having a Peace Town event.
What?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I am here for it. It's on my calendar. I put it on my page, on my events page. I'm ready.
Definitely.
I'm ready.
So make sure you're following us, Men of
yes.
Melon Magic and Frolic Weekend.
I got my Speedo and shit. Yeah. Because I've been working at this body, so it's been a good year. It's been a good year. I'm ready for it. Listen, anybody need their Clothes wash. I'm sorry for the dad jokes in advance. Oh gosh. Thanks for watching Calypso, Ken Barber. I see you. Thanks for watching. But we were just talking about Candyman. Did you see the new one?
I did, actually.
Yeah. What did you think? Did you think it was good?
I actually enjoyed it.
I thought it was good.
Yeah,
I thought they did it justice, as I said. I'm like, okay, it didn't need to be done, but they did it, and I thought it was.
They gave us something.
Yeah, they gave us what needs to be gave, right? Okay, work. I'm glad to hear I'm not the only one, because sometimes I'll be like, it was good, right? And everyone's like, what's wrong with you?
Right, did we see the same movie?
Yeah. That I like to do movies by myself, so I come to my own conclusions, because people will poison your perspective of things before you get a chance to have one. I'm like, no, you sit over there. But anywho, moving forward a little bit, another thing in TV world that captured my attention, and I'm sure you guys probably at least seen a meme or two about this one, the Arthur finale.
Oh, I know. I didn't see it.
No, I didn't see it. Not the tears. I didn't see it. I didn't see it. But I've read about it multiple times now. Did you see it?
Wait, you talking about Arthur? Like
yes, the cartoon Arthur. Yes. Yes, the cartoon Arthur.
No, I didn't see it.
Yes. Okay, so they recently, I think it was last week, they had the season finale for Arthur, and this show has been running for 25 years.
Yeah, we
Yeah, Arthur has been running for 25 years, let me tell you. And they just had the season finale, or the show's finale, and they called it All Grown Up, which, first of all, Rugrats did it first.
I was just about to say.
Rugrats did it first. But they did a flash forward scene, and so everyone was gagging over the flash forward scene. They flash forward 20 years, and you get to see all the main characters 20 years in the future. And I think it was Muffy or someone was queer.
I can see that.
So she had like a mohawk. If you guys saw this, let me know in the comments. But she had like a mohawk or something, and they showed her.
Oh no!
Yeah. So you, like I said, you probably have seen a meme or two about it.
Literally on the way.
It's insane because it's been everywhere, and I'm like, another end of an era. Oh no! Way to make me feel old again.
One of them had like a fade haircut, and the meme was like a Fantasia song.
That was Fantasia.
Because they said that she looked like Fantasia.
Leave Fantasia alone.
Oh my God.
Yo, no, I've seen the memes. I can't even. The Euphoria memes too are killing me.
Oh, I love them.
I'm over it. I'm like, no more. Everyone's talking about the 5-minute song. I'm like, okay. Anywho, but All Grown Up, like I said, that flash forward was gagging. The girls were gagging for that, so I figured I would check in with y'all and see how y'all felt about that. Because I didn't see it. I'm gonna watch it.
I mean, I gotta watch it now.
Oh yeah, no, I best believe I'm gonna watch it. But moving forward a little bit, another thing that's actually like really that made me happy this week, because I like to get all the good ones out first. Then we're gonna get into it. But another thing that made me happy this week was we talked about this on Tea with Taylor. Oh gosh, I don't know, last season or something like that. But Jaden Smith, one of my faves, you know, my bae. He just don't know it yet. But Jaden Smith actually opened up a restaurant in LA. And what he's doing is like unknown, unlike any other restaurant, and he's allowing homeless people to eat for free.
Oh, I saw that headline, but I didn't know it was his restaurant.
Yeah, no, he owns it. It's called. Hold on. It's called I Love You. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's the very first of its kind to do something like that. He's fully funded it. Yeah, and I was talking about it when he came up with the idea I think it was last year. And he was saying he might do it, but now it's been fully installed. It's been doing well.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah. I was like, who else doing it like that? That's crazy. That's so good. That made me really happy. I was like, congrats on your success, first of all, Jaden. And second, like, okay, now that charges other places to be able to do things like that. You working in food industry, listen, I worked in the food industry for over 6 years. They throw away a lot of food.
I can imagine.
They throw away a lot of food and waste a lot of stuff too because like, oh, it's not the peak freshness, or oh, we can't use that anymore because it's not on the menu. Why not allow homeless people to eat for free?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see how that's not been a thought yet. And like, what else are we doing? Throwing it away. There's been times where I've closed at certain restaurants. I'm not going to mention names. I could, but I'm not going to mention names. But like, there's been literally hauling bags of like food just because it's been sitting out for like over 3 hours because we had to revolve the food every 3 hours. And by the end of the night, there was only 3 hours left. So everything in a bag. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I was like, this is sinful as a Black American.
Exactly.
My mom would like croak. Like seriously, I can't. Like we couldn't even throw away like leftovers from dinner the night before.
You gotta
like
eat
please,
that, put it
in a Tupperware,
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
So yeah, congrats on your success, Jaden Smith, and congrats on your success with "I Love You." I was like, "Aw, that's a cute name." Another reason why he's gay. Anyways, but I want to get a little political, just a little bit, just a little bit. I know. Take a sip. Yeah, because this woman gets on my nerves. Like, and I know she get on y'all nerves. She drives me insane. Miss Marjorie Taylor Greene. Did you please tell? Have you heard about what she did? Oh God, I love this. I love this.
My own bubble.
No, I love this. Oh man, no. She literally was heckling her and another Republican woman. Heckling Biden when he did you see the State of the Union? Oh my gosh! During when he addressed the Union, oh my gosh! I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Yeah. They're like little high school girls in the audiences. Build the wall. Like, what are you accomplishing here?
See, this is the thing. Like now, I'm realizing I get a lot of my news from the memes because that's how I knew about this Arthur thing. Yeah. And then on the train right here, they had a meme where they were comparing AOC and those two.
Oh, yes.
So AOC is Domino's and those two are Papa John's.
I'm not getting the news from the memes. Okay, it's working. I mean, it works. Whatever works. No, but honestly, Marjorie Taylor, like, this is not even the pinnacle of, like, the stupidity that she's exhibited as a congresswoman. I'm like, girl, what? How is she? Who's still letting her to the party? Like, who's inviting her? Like, what's going on? And I can't remember the name of the other congresswoman that was screaming with her. If you guys have seen this, let me know. But they were literally like high school girls just screaming at Biden. Like, I want to scream at Biden too. Don't get me wrong. This is not the package we signed up for. But not while he's addressing the union, girl. Now, you know they had time behind closed doors for her to do all that. Why? Just why? I can't. This is the government that we have here, and we're so grateful. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. But another thing, and this one actually, unfortunately, I have to talk about, but I know y'all know about this one. You probably know what I'm talking about already. Yeah.
Let's see if I have another meme.
Let's see if I have another meme. This one's been going on for a minute, but the Ukraine versus Russia whole thing debacle, and there's been so many branches of things that's been happening as a result of that, like the airstrikes that's going on. Chernobyl. Did you hear about Chernobyl was captured? I think, and that's they're like hinting at like possible nuclear attacks because of that. It's been wild. What's your perspective on all this? Because it's been really crazy. And another thing that actually recently, because everyone immediately wants to demonize Russia for some reason, but there are these anti-war Russian protests happening that are protesting the invasion of Ukraine right in Russia. And we've been seeing like so many things live that's going on like with this, and so many innocent people being killed, and so many different attacks on Ukrainian like cities. So what's your take on all this?
I think the saddest thing is seeing people and their animals like in their hands, like running to get on the train, or like people not letting African Americans or blacks on the train.
I heard about that.
And like not letting them get on. I'm like, come on, these are people, this is their life, like they want to be safe. Like it's sad because it's kind of 2022 and we didn't expect it.
It kind of is giving me a flashback of the Haitian refugee situation. Like literal cowboys and whips preventing people from getting across the border. Like at that point, what are we doing? Where are we in society that you have a cowboy with whips preventing people? For what reason? Well, like, what are we doing? Like, what's your takeaway from this? Like, I just honestly, I feel like almost like World War III vibes, and it's a little bit frightening. I've been trying to like ignore it, and like push it, like fine, but like literally, it's every day now. Every day, as soon as I turn on the news, even when I'm at the gym, it's on the TVs in the gym. I'm like, I can't escape this. So, what's your takeaway from this, Lynn?
Well, I mean, one thing I've been feeling myself is the reality of social justice fatigue. There are just so many things going on in the world, and what's happening in that region is important and needs to be focused on. And so But with that, I just try to take things one day at a time.
As you should.
And
as
it's also a reminder for me of how I can challenge myself to be better at being a good human. I think this is just a question about humanity and how we can live together in a way that is civil and fair.
Yeah, I heard recently that, I forget where it was, something I was watching. It was like, the harder you try to be a good person, the better you'll be at it.
Yeah.
And it's literally just so that true. Easy. Yeah. And I wish that sentiment translated to government. Yeah. Because most of the time it does not, unfortunately. But yeah, I would be remiss to not mention that because, sending prayers to Ukraine and the families affected by that. Ivan, thanks for watching. I see you said, hey, Ivan. And Nova's watching. Hey, Nova. But yeah, it's just been so much. And the fatigue that I feel that so hard. Listen, May, June, and July is going to be here real quick. And everybody's going to be trying to get me to do some sort of social justice thing. And let me tell you right now, my website's up. Book me through the website. Because I will say no. I've been saying yes to so many things. And I'm like... Wusa. I need to not. I can't. I just can't. There are times, we're going to get into it later, but it's part of the topic. But there are times where I'm just like, oh my God, yes, I really, really, really want to do these things. But should I? Can I? That's a whole nother thing. So yeah, I'm going to need y'all to start booking me through the website so I can schedule myself a little bit better. But no, we have some Long Island shots, and I think after that, I think we need him, honey. So cheers to us, to season of new friends.
Yes.
That's delightful. The shots are always better than I thought. Cause
yeah.
I never try them.
Refreshing.
I never try them before my guests get here. I never try them. I literally shake it up and I sit it here and let it get chilled. I don't try it until you get here.
I felt like I was on the island for 1 second. I was like,
It gave island vibes.
A little island vibe. I'm an island boy. I'm sad because we both did that at the same time, but I was expecting it to happen.
Wait, where in the islands are you from?
I am Black and Puerto Rican, so I like to say I'm an island boy, but not really.
I'm from the Bahamas.
Oh, work! Yeah. I know this. Hello. We screamed at each other in the club for a few minutes. Yeah.
Just straight up yelling.
Just straight up yelling for 5 whole minutes, and I lived for it. I was like, okay, I like this one. You can tell in 5 minutes. So I was like, okay. Mm-hmm.
I'm Liberian. I'm African. That's
Oh yes. Nova's like, come on, island boy, you better. No, but one of the things I want to mention before we get into our topic, because I think it really segues really well into it, is Miss Billie Eilish recently coming out and saying she feels like her life has been pretty much the same since she's been famous as before. The only big difference that she's noticed is that she doesn't have friends. And I screamed, not gonna lie, I screamed on the inside, and I was like, not her saying she don't have friends, there's no way. But then I kind of took it apart, broke it apart a little bit, and I was like, girl, that's deep.
That's so
deep.
And I think it's real.
It's real.
It's part of the reason why I do the work that I do now, because sometimes a city like Boston, it's hard to make friends as an adult. Mm-hmm. In general, it's hard to make friends as an adult, but sometimes a city where your 9 to 5 is just that's something that you have to do, and then when you're trying to pivot and do something that's more worthwhile for yourself, it can be hard to navigate certain areas.
Absolutely.
So I get it. Especially where she is too.
Where she is, and it kind of is one of those stories that we hear often of someone becoming a celebrity at a young age.
Yeah.
And then that pivots right into our topic, being your authentic self. A lot of times, celebrities and people who, especially the ones who become celebrities at a young age, end up dealing a lot with mental health issues and trying their best to overcome anxiety. Yeah. And Billie Eilish has been very open about her mental health problems and trying to overcome that in the past, and now feeling like she's got a grip on it and things of that nature. And those are 2 really big factors, your mental health and overcoming anxiety, that can prevent you from being your authentic self, that can kind of become a crutch and a shelter for somewhere to live inside and not actually be able to express yourself or to be the expressive person that you may be. And so I thought it was really important to mention that thing about Billie Eilish, because it happens to people like like you and I, and it happens to people like Billie Eilish. So I took away from that, again, it's her battle with social anxiety. Because even for me, like, listen, I know a lot of folk, I have a lot of acquaintances, like, when we go out in public, there are certain times where I'm like, no, don't talk to me, I'm just going to hide in this corner. So I can only imagine dealing with millions and millions of people who are like,
clamoring.
Like, what?
I need you.
I can only imagine. I'm like, no, I don't know. That's why I smoke weed, because, period. Because sometimes it's just it's very overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, like, becoming aware of that and identifying that is one of the ways I overcome anxiety. And do you guys have any experience with overcoming anxiety?
Definitely. I think for me, it's always been like that. It's such a touchy subject because I was
yes.
just going through it last night.
Oh, yes.
But anxiety itself, like, they don't teach you that. Like, that's not, especially in the Black community, the Black and brown community.
Especially.
Like, a person of color, you don't talk about anxiety or depression or anything like that. So when you start to get older and you feel the anxiety and the pressure and all that comes with, like, life stresses in America alone.
Oh, gosh.
It affects you in a way that you can't even put a dime on it. Like, why is it happening? Why do I feel like that? So for me, like, my parents never talked about anxiety or depression. That did not exist in our culture.
A lot of times in Black and brown culture, we tend to just sweep everything under the rug.
Exactly.
Everything's fine. No, don't worry about it. And we don't seek out professional help. And I've noticed that a lot in the Black and brown community. Mm-hmm. Professional help is seen as like, oh no, oh my gosh, you can't handle your own. Like, no, most of us cannot. So you need professional help. And like, it's degrees of professional help. There's like, okay, I'm going to see this person once a week and get some stuff off my chest. And I have this problem that I'm identifying with, and I want someone to help me relieve that problem.
And I think a lot of it also includes, like, certain communities, especially Black and brown communities, becoming more aware of this language of, and being able to express themselves, saying like, I need help, or I'm not okay.
Yeah.
And I think both communities are leaning into being more comfortable with being vulnerable that way.
Yeah.
I
think now it's just more, it's very out there now. We talk about it more. It's more, like, it's heard of now. And that's also what I say about being queer. And, like, even though there are still people who struggle with that, it's very much something that is not unheard of now.
Exactly.
It's very much something that, okay, my child's queer, or I know someone who's queer, or I work with a queer person.
Right.
And I think that's how we take back the power as queer people. We're like, listen, queer is our strength. Hello, this is who we are. This is what we do. This is our community, and it's out there now. It's not like retracting. So I don't know who needs to hear that. Ivan said he also needs to smoke to calm his anxiety. I feel you on that, Ivan. But no, I think the reason I wanted to talk about anxiety is because also, becoming your authentic self. I also want to call it being your core identity. And so, again, identifying those things to become your core identity is the idea, I think, behind being authentic and being your authentic self. And with that, I want to talk about self-love versus self-preservation. Because, again, we talked about getting professional help. We talked about overcoming anxiety. But self-love is one of those things that you do for yourself that can help you get over all of that. And it's such a wide range of things when it comes to self-love, but I think self-preservation also is very important. And I was just having this conversation with one of my good friends, I think like 2-3 days ago, and self-preservation is actually really necessary sometimes, like putting yourself on reserve and looking inward and, taking yourself out of the picture a little bit to look at the bigger, what's behind the closed doors and what you're not seeing. Again, identifying that core identity.
Not a lot of people that have access to you.
Yeah. So how do you feel self-love compares to self-preservation?
I think like self-love for sure is like something that you need to do just to be aware of yourself. Like that I always tell my clients all the time because they struggle with self-love. Like what have you done for yourself this week?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have enough water in your cup, or are you putting all your water in someone else's cup?
That part.
Like, are you flourishing as a beautiful flower, or is somebody right next to you looking way beautiful in that flower aspect, that you put so much energy into? Like, we're giving so much energy and we're not getting anything back. So like, self-love is giving that to yourself, is being like, hey, I need that before I could give that to someone else, being honest with yourself, doing things that you want to do.
And you like I said, you have to preserve yourself. You have to. There are certain times where, again, like I said, with anxiety, you have to just like take a step back and be like, okay, I'm going to retreat a little bit. Like, and I don't think it's a bad thing. So I don't think people can take it personal. You know what I mean? I think if you look at it from that person's perspective, or if you're a friend to someone who's going through something like that, you have to understand, like, hey, they're doing their thing. You know what I mean? And when they're ready, most times people will reach out, but sometimes it just takes a little preservation. I'm just saying. And it's real. It gets real. Sometimes you just overwhelmed. The process of growing pains is a real thing. And like, going with your analogy, I like to think of us as like plants. And two plants can grow in the same pot. And grow in two separate directions, but still be in that same pot. You know what I mean? Like, it's not always about having everything figured out. And I think that's where a lot of people get caught up. Thinking they need to have everything figured out. Because growing into yourself, I like to say, is multiple. It's going to change. The process of growing into yourself will change multiple times, and it will alter. And that is my definition of the glow up. And we like to say that term now, the glow up. I was like, I have to mention it. Yeah. So like, for me, the glow up is literally growing into yourself. And again, the process of growing into yourself changes so many times. Let me tell you how many times I thought I knew who I was. I was like, oh, this is what I'm going to be for the rest of my life. And it's not true. It's not true. It's never true. Like, you're constantly evolving. And if you're not, check yourself, boo. But what does the glow up mean to you guys? What does it mean? Let's start with you, Lam.
Well, I want to dial back a little bit to self-love and self-preservation.
Oh, yes, okay. Let us have it. Let us have it.
Yes.
So for me, those two things they're both journeys, and they can happen simultaneously, like at the same time. But for me, the difference is self-preservation is a journey from survival to thriving.
Oh, yes. Oh,
and
yes.
For me, self-love is a journey from happiness to joy.
Say that. I felt that. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We need to get that in the comments.
Yes.
I felt that.
And then piggybacking off of the plant analogy that you said so beautifully, you're growing and glowing up, but to the source, but to the sun. So like, just as a plant grows towards the sun, towards the light and that source, both of those journeys are you growing and glowing up to the source of who you are. Your very essence. So,
absolutely. The core identity.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. Listen, you better talk, okay? Listen, I know we both church boys. Don't get me started, okay? And Eunice can sing too. We about to get a whole choir. We about to get a choir going on here. Hallelujah. Listen, don't be Dion in the background here. He's gonna get happy. He's gonna start shouting. The camera gonna fall over. We don't got time for all that. But I really want, to make sure to get this out before we go into the next segment of it, to make sure that you're celebrating progress. Whatever kind of progress you're making, celebrate that. Be that, live in that moment, and don't beat yourself up about it, because I like to say this a lot. The world's going to do it enough. The world's going to beat you up regardless.
Listen.
So don't do it to yourself. It's just too much. It's just too much. Don't do it to yourself. But celebrate progress. Yes. Any kind of progress that you make in your life is progress. Yes. Okay? If high school you or middle school you could see you now, think of it that way. Because it'll really help your mental state. It really helps you, for me, compartmentalize all the things that go on and the daily feelings that go on. Like, I can start the day one way and end the day a completely different way because I'm thinking about the progress of it all. You know what I mean? And that, I find solace in that. I find like my little happy spot.
And your journey is your journey.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wanted to share 7 ways that you can to help you discover your authentic self. And I want to get your tidbits on these 7 ways, okay? Because I like 7. 7. I said 5 in the preview. Don't read me for that. In the promo, I said 5, but I read up on it and I was like, there was actually 8. But I consolidated the last 2 into 1 because they're all important. Whatever. Hopefully, this will help somebody out there. But number 1, accountability.
Yes.
Learning your core values and holding yourself accountable. It's really important. And again, something that will really help you to become your authentic self, to be able to express yourself in an authentic way and to be received authentically, which is even more important because I found a lot of times in my past that I'm very direct and I've been very upfront with people and I thought being very authentic, but they didn't receive it that way. And and that takes a huge step away from, or a huge gap in between the communication that you have with people.
I love that that's number 1.
Yeah.
It's so important.
Accountability and learning your core values. So what do you think about that?
Woo, accountability.
How do you find yourself holding yourself accountable?
You have to be able to look yourself in the mirror and call yourself out. And that's so hard for people to do. If you can't be like, damn, my shit does stink. Like,
because roses really smell like woo-woo.
You have to, and if you can't be accountable for the things like you have done, because oftentimes we blame other people for our stuff. So if you're consistently blaming, oh, well, that person, maybe it's you. Maybe you're the common denominator. You just don't know. So being accountable of your actions just helps you grow. And it's your journey. It's okay. Like,
it reminds me of a meme that is a meme again.
Oh, no, come on, Meme King. Come on.
You gotta send me some now.
Right. Is it me? Am I the villain?
Am I the problem?
Right. I can't. But yeah, one of my teachers at when I went to BU, I wish I had like a marker that I could draw with. So he would draw like the letter 3 and then like draw like a line under it. And he would say commitment or accountability is your ass on the line. Because like the 3 looks like a big little, like a little big old booty.
Oh, I see it now. Oh, yes.
But like you were saying, like, sometimes you have to ask yourself, well, is it me? And how can I keep myself committed? How can I keep myself focus that, sometimes the buck stops here.
Absolutely. And again, when you identify your core values, another really important thing to do, and actually my pastor was just talking about this last week, is how we make so much room in our lives for so many different people. And sometimes you shouldn't. You really shouldn't. You don't need to make room for every single person because you're making less room for yourself. And when you identify your core values, you have to say to yourself, are these people that are surrounding me, do they also have these same core values or similar core values? Because that will eat away at you. Again. And so number 2, I think is also really important. Be present. Be present. Mental chatter and distractions often prevent us from even getting started when we get on a journey to becoming our authentic selves. So I want y'all to sound off on that a little bit. How do you make sure you're being present?
Well, you gotta breathe and remember that
breathe it out.
Exactly.
Breathe it out, just like you just did.
Right, live in the moment. Breathe in the positivity, exhale the negativity, and just like you said, it's real. The mental chatter and the negative talk that we have, negative self-talk. But when I find myself breathing deeply, as that being a helpful technique to just be centered.
No, breathing is definitely, you do yoga,
Yeah, like it's all about being present, but it's hard for some people to do, right? Yeah. So our trauma that we experience in our life often takes over our whole bodies, where we cannot even be present, we can't even be embodied in our bodies. So at the end of the day, unplugging from social media, sitting with yourself, being okay being alone, allowing yourself to be present, That's self-love.
That's self-love.
We dig more into being alone by
yourself. Yeah. No, being alone is such a big one. Listen, I'm a Capricorn to the T, and we are introverted extroverts, and I love being by myself. I love it. There was a time, though, where I couldn't, and there was so much going on in here, and so much self-doubt, and so much self-hate, and so much going on that I couldn't be by myself because it was scary. Mm-hmm. And now living and being by myself, I take that. Yeah. That's one of my highest core values. Having time to just be by myself, because I find that I am not the same me when I don't have that time to be myself, and no one appreciates that.
Not only being by yourself, but being by yourself in a completely different place, going on a solo trip by yourself, and just really figuring out who you are in a completely foreign place.
Like I said earlier, I like going to the movies by myself. Yeah, that's one of my favorite things to do. I work out by myself. I'm so sorry to whoever my future partner is, but we ain't working out together. That's me time. I don't got time for you. No.
We can go to the gym at the same time.
Right, we can go at the same time, but I'm not doing it. I'm going to put my headphones on. I'm going to do my gym, please. Yeah. And that's it. Do your thing. And Nova actually commented and said imposter syndrome is real, which is a really big one. Imposter syndrome is real when you don't even know how to begin to express who you are, let alone becoming your authentic self. But side note, I think, again, with being by yourself, helps you to also learn how to be vulnerable. And that's a really, really big one. It's really important to have a sense of vulnerability with people who are close to you, especially, but it allows us to be seen.
Yes.
And it allows us to speak our opinions and pursue passions in ways that we couldn't without vulnerability. Like, for instance, for me with the show, opening up to people and talking about different things has opened my eyes even, or taught me some things where I had to be vulnerable, and I appreciated it, and I have grown from those experiences, and that's one of the things I love with doing this. But moving forward, because we still got a little bit of time left, number 3 is build authentic social circles, like I was just talking about. And so I'm not going to harbor on that one a little bit too much because it speaks for itself. It speaks for itself. But what y'all got to say about number 4?
So for me,
about number 3. Sorry, about number 3.
So for me, it's a quote that I tell people anytime I get the chance. I'd rather 4 quarters than 100 pennies.
Ooh, you better. Listen, you got all the quotes today. Listen, okay.
It adds up to the same thing, but it's not the same thing.
It's not the same thing.
At all.
There's quality over quantity.
You have to find your soul tribe.
Yes.
But don't go searching in the wrong places. They will come to you. Your soul tribe will come to you.
And you know what? And the bad will come to you too, and you have to learn how to identify those, the difference, because again, like I said earlier, making room for all of those things will have you confused, will have your brain and all different types of mental chatter, distractions, and then it's a failure to launch. Before you even get started, you're plummeting. Yeah. And then depression happens, and then mental health issues happen. Then we start succumbing to anxiety again. And I think it's a full circle. We bring it all back. And I think it's really important to embrace and acknowledge all different parts of you too. Because a lot of times, again, we get down on ourselves and we're like, oh, this is not what I should be doing, or this is not who I am. And it's really important to identify, acknowledge all parts of you, because once you come to peace with all that, then that's when you start being able to be assertive and speak your truth, and again, that vulnerability, which is again so important. And moving forward to number 4, actually, number 4 is speak your truth.
Speak your truth. I always say that, so I'm so
speak
happy
your truth.
To have that.
Number 4, speak your truth and be confident. And be confident in your truth. If you don't believe your truth, then I don't believe your truth. So it's all about confidence. I've heard so many people say this before. So I'll let y'all guys speak a little bit about that. How do you find yourself speaking your truth? And I want to know actually, because you, especially Eunice, I see so much confidence bubbling up out of you always. How do you get in touch with that?
Honestly, it just came to a point that I was just tired of trying to be something I was not, and I've been through that, and I had to do some deep diving.
Oh yes.
Looking at myself in the mirror, really being like, who the hell am I? And really getting to know myself.
Yeah.
And so the confidence just comes with, I'm sure of myself. You can say whatever you have to say about me, but you truly don't know me.
Oh, yes.
And so not allowing people to have that much access to you allows you to protect that part of you, your truth. And then you have people that you can express that with and be vulnerable that will respect your truth.
Exactly. And that's a big one, respecting your truth. Again, that goes back to building authentic social circles. If you're building authentic social circles, and if these people who are in your social circle also have your same core values or similar core values, then you begin to become your authentic self and you can speak confidently. Because you're not worried about this person or that person, what they're going to say and how they're going to feel about it, because you already know. It's such a breath of fresh air.
Exactly.
It's not a position that a lot of people find themselves in, unfortunately.
No.
I wish there were more
Especially
times.
in Rhode Island.
Oh, Lord. I don't know what you're talking about. I plead the fifth. But number 5, and this one, actually, I want to talk about in depth a little bit. Nova commented and said the pursuit of happiness. Absolutely. Oh, that is on point. So number 5 is conscious consistency. And what that boiled down to me, basically, is exploring your daily actions. And so how do y'all feel about that? How do you feel about that? Conscious consistency. I like to say, and I like to say with dating and any kind of relationships that you're building with people, consistency is key. So,
can I talk about another meme?
Oh, God! Go for it.
So, I shared a meme recently that said, do not introduce me to a vibe that you cannot maintain.
Oh, yes, that's very true.
Okay.
I need that. I need that on a t-shirt or something.
Right there.
Do not introduce me to a vibe that you cannot maintain.
Because I love consistency.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to expect that.
Absolutely.
If this is what you have presented to me and also explained to me that this is who you are. And that's what I'm going to believe you the first time, just like my auntie told us to do.
Yes,
so I'm going to believe you. And then when you don't give that same vibe, then that breaks up the integrity, that breaks up the trust that I have in you to be vulnerable and to give of myself, because I'm going to give the consistent vibe.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Like, what you getting right here?
Absolutely. This is what you get. Right. This is what you get. Oh, yes. And I like to pride myself in my consistency as well. And I like to say, listen, this is what you get all the time. I mean, I may be a little bit intoxicated sometimes, but I like to think that this is what you get. It's either it's gonna be here or it's gonna be here, but this is what you get.
Right.
Exactly.
Period. And I'm not apologetic about it anymore. I'm not trying to be something else anymore. I am comfortable with who I am, and I
love that.
Always looking forward to growth and always looking forward what's the next step in life. So. Listen, if you don't like it, then move on. But this is what you get. And that is where I'm gonna leave it for today. But I want to make sure to mention again, a really big one with all these steps is to make sure you're focusing inward, because that's where you get true satisfaction.
Yes.
Listen. Y'all felt that. No, but literally focus inward, because satisfaction is important. Listen. And oh my gosh, AJ, thank you for watching. AJ and Jaden, congratulations on you bringing a new life into this world. Thank you for watching. I know your anxiety is probably out the roof right now. They're at the hospital right now.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. So congratulations to AJ and Jaden. Really excited to greet this new life, and I know y'all gonna raise this child real radical. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yes.
But yeah, satisfaction and abundance also is really important with all of this. You have to have that feeling, that after feeling of satisfaction, and that's when abundance begins to. All these things culminate into an abundance of mental wealth and an abundance of learning who you are in the process. AJ's sounding off about the baby, but yeah, I want to bring give you guys the last two steps. There's 7. We would leave left on the 5.
All right.
And y'all can sound off a little bit. So number 6 is reflection versus overthinking. And what that boils down to me is perspective in life. And I like to say, again, that I take this perspective on life as progress. Like I said earlier, congratulating yourself or celebrating progress on any scale on a daily basis is an exercise that will free your mind like you can't even believe. Perspective and recognizing motivators is number 7. And again, super, super important. Recognizing what motivates you as a person, as an individual, because that's how you move forward in life. Recognizing what makes you get out of bed in the morning. Recognizing what goals you may have, short term and long term. What you want to be in the next 5 years, which is one of those questions that people ask me all the time that I almost never have an answer to. Like, oh, where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years? I don't know. Doing well, succeeding, thriving, okay? But I hate that question, but it's actually really, really, really important. So, where do you see yourself in 5 years? No, I'm just kidding. No, but what are your thoughts on perspective and recognizing motivators?
Well, I kind of want to go back a little bit to reflection versus overthinking.
Oh, yes.
Because for me, overthinking, that prioritizes worrying. And
it absolutely does.
Right, especially worrying over things that you have no control over, you can't change. But for me, reflection always includes a sense of gratitude. Able to take in, like, hey, this is what happened. I experienced X, Y, and Z. However, I'm grateful for X, Y, and Z.
Exactly.
Right. Denny Lucas is commenting saying motivation is high key. Oh yes. Oh yes. But yeah, and I think the two are, I want to say, polar opposites: reflection and overthinking. Yeah. Because again, reflection is something that you do with a solution in mind, correct? Or you do in order to find strategy. Yeah. Whereas overthinking is, again, like you said, focusing on the negatives or focusing on just overthinking. And it doesn't serve a purpose.
I used to be an thinker.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Listen, I told you I'm a Capricorn to the T. Okay?
I'm an Aries.
Oh, my God. Yes. Listen, the overthinking is real.
Oh, just a lowly old Gemini.
Not the lowly Gemini.
Lowly, you know.
Okay, we're learning a lot today.
Mind our own business. Don't cause no trouble.
Someone said, Alexa, play One Step at a Time.
Jordan Sparks, yes.
I'm deceased, not the one step at a time. Because as soon as I read it, I heard it. What was that? I was like, no more. But yeah, what's your take on perspective and recognizing motivators, Eunice?
Honestly, like, motivation is the drive. Reflection is the processing of things that happened prior in the past.
You better talk.
Yeah, just drive. You need drive. And then faith. Like some type of faith, the universe, God, whatever you believe in, or even if it's just yourself, keep that drive, because that's going to keep on. You want to see the end when you're all old and like chilling, like, I did that in my life. You want to get to that point. And so like that drive gonna push you forward.
That is such a great image.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes. And you know what? I saved that for last to talk about, because spirituality and religion is really, really important to me. It's one of my core values. And I think if you feel, and this is for whoever's listening, if you feel that something's missing in your life, it's probably faith. And you should explore that. I think a lot of people, for me, it was more about learning about faith and educating myself, because I've always been a seeker of knowledge. True Capricorn. But it was more so about learning and figuring it out. I read the Quran, I read the Bible, I went and explored so many different religions, and I decided that I was a Christian. And I decided that. And once I decided that, and once I actually started to put time into it, because anything that you do, you have to put time into. Anything that is a core belief, or anything that is something that is a part of you, you have to put your time and energy into it. And that's just that. That's just fact. But once I started putting time into religion and learning how to pray and learning vocab and learning about how to express myself in speaking to God, as I call God, and all that, it created a fuller self. Yeah. Because there was that one piece of me that was like, what is it that I'm missing? Or what is it that, like, even on the best of days, for me, finding my true authentic self meant getting in touch with God and getting in touch with my faith and learning how to express that to others without feeling like, this isn't what I believe and this is what you have to believe as well. Like, exactly. You know what I mean? It's not like that. It's like, it's definitely more of a package deal. Yeah. This is me, this is what I believe, and this is what I'm going to tell you I believe. And hopefully we can agree somewhere in that realm. You know, like diagrams when you're in the little middle. Yeah. That's what we're meeting at. Because I can meet you in the middle. I can talk you down, and I can talk you up, but I can meet you in the middle too. And that's where we like to be.
Exactly.
Tenacity of the human spirit. Oh, okay. Denny Lucas says, I use reflection to reset my gratitude. Say that.
There we go.
Say that. That's really important. Absolutely. But I think we're going to leave it there for today. I think we definitely left you with enough. I'm not going over those 7 steps again. Y'all rewatch. I love y'all. Y'all rewatch.
Yes.
Flip it and reverse it. It's going to be on YouTube in an hour. Y'all can watch it there. But I'm not repeating those 7 steps. Y'all going to have to do some due diligence. Again, put some time and effort into what is going to make you a better you.
Accountability.
Okay? Yes, accountability. Come on now. Now, when y'all see me, y'all start asking Taylor, how did you become this person? Because I wasn't always this person. I'm going to say, refer to episode 8. That's right. Right here, we have the conversation. But I think I'm going to leave it there because we have to play a little game, y'all.
Oh goodness.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes. We got a game. Hold on. We don't got no shots. Hold on. I'm slacking right now. Y'all need some shots for this.
That show was delicious.
It was.
It really was. I almost forgot about it.
Time to travel to Bahamas.
Right.
So you can travel to Bahamas. I'm going to travel to Liberia.
Oh,
okay. Listen, I'm in Tel Aviv, okay? Hello.
Yes.
Okay. Cheers to us. Thank you so much for this conversation, guys.
Thank you. This is amazing.
Delicious.
Mm-hmm.
I was ready for that. But if you don't take anything away from what I said today, make sure you know consistency is key. Consistency is key, y'all. Put in that work and effort, okay? Because that's gonna make you a better you, and you will thank yourself for it in the future, okay? Yeah. Now we got a new game today. We got a new game. This game I haven't played yet, and I struggle with the rules because I like to create games sometimes because I get sick of playing the same ones that everyone and their grandmother has played, and then you kind of end up running out of answers and like things like, you know what I mean? Like if you play, for instance, one of my favorite games is Password. If you play Password too many times, how many words can you?
It gets old.
It gets old. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna flip it. We're gonna switch it up a little bit, bring you a little something different. And so this game I'm calling "What's That Color?"
Oh.
And how you play this is I'm going to give you questions. Okay. I'm going to say questions about a book, movie, or song with a color in the title.
Purple.
So I'm going to say I'm going to say questions. Mm-hmm. I'm only going to give you questions as clues.
Okay.
And you have to figure out if it's a song, book, or a movie, and you have to figure out what color it is in the title. Okay?
Wait,
okay? So the title of the book, movie, or song will have a color in it.
Okay.
And y'all have to figure that out just from the questions that I'll be saying, okay? Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready?
All right, let's do it.
Song, book, or movie. And there's a color in the title of this song, book, or movie.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay? All right, Calypso, I know you're watching, so Calypso, be ready. And so this game is called What's That Color? Okay? Here we go. Am I a vampire?
Twilight?
There's a color in the title. Am I immortal? Am I an extraordinary gentleman? Am I black and white mixed together? Really?
This is going
right. Wow. If you ask me how old I am, I couldn't tell you. Wow. All right. Okay. I think I'm gonna give y'all this one.
Nope.
Y'all are stuck. Am I easily killed by destroying a photo of me? Oh, Nova says I know the answer.
I know it.
Because I don't know. A photo?
And it has a color in the title.
It has a color in the title. And I'll give you a clue to this one that's not a question. It's a book and a movie.
And it has.
If y'all know, let me know in the comments. Let me know. Am I an Extraordinary Gentleman was a really big one.
I mean, is it like the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
No, it's a color in the title. Dion Sage said something, but you're really close. Nova actually just said the right answer.
I try to look at the phone.
Okay, so the answer is Dorian Gray.
Yeah! I love Dorian Gray.
I get it. You don't love Dorian that much. You really get it.
I would not have gotten that.
No, Dorian Gray. It's a book and a movie.
It's so
good.
And
so, yeah, the book actually is really, really good. The movie was a separate entity from the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, but they did portray Dorian Gray in the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Let's see if this was Jean Grey from X-Men.
You know what? I guess I should have put Jean Grey.
Yes.
All right. You ready for the next one?
Yes.
Yeah, right. Back this round.
Okay. Am I the sister of an ugly child?
The color purple?
Yes! Damn! Word!
That purple between
that was quick! Sheesh! Go all color. Okay, so the answer was the color purple. I had so many clues for that. Wow. Denny Lucas said that, okay, the first one was a warm-up. It was a warm-up. Okay, I ain't really tell that. All right. Am I glorifying BDSM?
Is this the same? Is it different?
No, this is the next one. Oh. Am I glorifying BDSM?
Oh, 50 Shades of Grey.
Yes! Word! Okay, all right. All right. I want you one for one.
Yes,
okay, all right, 1 for 1. I like that.
I love this.
Word. Okay, now that y'all got all warmed up and shit.
I mean,
we were just playing. We knew all this.
Right. This is just for the camera.
Okay, next one. Am I a wrongfully accused black man?
Come on.
I know. And remember, it's a movie, song, or a book. Am I... Ooh, hold on. That's too much. I can't do that. Am I blue and yellow mixed together?
Green Lantern?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Am I...
Oh, Green Inferno!
Who? What? You said Green Inferno. What'd you say?
I said the Green Book.
No, girl. Both of y'all are wrong.
The Hulk?
Am I accused of raping a white woman in the South?
The Green Mile.
Yes.
Yes.
Word. That was that movie. Right. Y'all were getting there.
Blue and yellow, something green.
See. When I feel like if I give y'all the color, your brain starts going.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Two more. And this one. Am I a hit sung by a British band?
The Yellow Submarine.
No. That was close, though. That's really close.
The Yellow Brick Road.
Wait for the next one.
Okay.
It's the Yellow Brick Road. What? Am I a red door, but I want to paint it a different color? That's literally it.
Red door. Also, like blue door, yellow door.
No. The lack of white.
Well, black. Wait, is it black something? Black door?
No. Let me know if y'all know in the comments. Let's see. Am I actively coloring something? Remember, I said, "Am I a song sung by a British group?"
Jordan the Purple Crayon?
No! No, but you went real out with that one. I don't even know that
When I hear
song.
British, I think the Beatles.
Me too.
Okay. Go with that.
Okay, so they had something with a door?
Yes, that was actually part of the lyric. That's why I'm like, oh, they're going to get it for this one.
I would have thought it was Yellow Submarine.
That's what...
If you... You know what? I'm going to give it... Ooh. No, not the Black Keys, Denny. It's Painted Black. Hello. I see a red door and I want to paint it black. Hello. I know y'all know this song. Come on now.
I said black, right. If it ain't white, it's black.
Exactly. I was like, I'm going to give you the color. I'll at least give you the color. All right. So, okay. This one y'all better get because this is my baby boo. All right.
Jaden Smith, I love you restaurant. See, we got it.
See? Full circle. Okay. I'm the color. Am I the color of the sky?
Blue. Moonlight.
Am I?
Oh right. Got a color in the title.
Am I a soul song sung by a beautiful soul artist? Am I fantasizing about the ocean and waves? Oh, yes. Okay, so you know the color.
I know the blue.
Am I fantasizing about...
Is it the bluest eye?
No, close. Am I a soul song sung by a soul diva?
Is it Janae Aiko? Blue Skies?
Yes!
Blue
Dream, girl!
Right.
Go on! You had it. You said Janae. I was like, oh, yeah! That's my baby boo right there.
Her.
Oh my gosh, a whole entire vibe. Oh, we love Janae Aiko. Yes. Oh my gosh, I'm glad y'all got that. Okay. Thank you, because I was like, wait, hold on. Well, let me see. I got some more. Hold on. Now, wait. Now, I knew something was up now.
Yes.
Oh man, but that was fun, no?
It was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It worked. So I'm gonna have to bring it back. Name that. What's that color? Because I wanted to do it for Black History Month, but February is over because I figured it'd be a cute little play on words. What's that color?
Yeah.
But we played it and it's cute. We made it work.
You had us in the first half.
Yeah.
But we came back.
You came back. No, as we do. We always coming back. Hello?
Resiliency.
Oh, yes. Resilience and consistent. Boom. So, at this point, we're going to end it. I know, so sad. But I want to give you guys some time and opportunity to maybe promote anything you have coming up. Plugs, shameless plugs. We love that here. Or something you just want to leave with the viewers before we end this.
Speak your truth, number 1, period. And if you are looking for yoga or mental health counseling, find me. I will guide you.
Oh, yes.
It's at Loving Eunice or Yoga with Yoon. LGBTQ plus community, as I identify with y'all, and also the Black and Brown community. And
yes.
Anyone as people that we live in a society, come find me. I would love to have you join me.
Aw, and you should, and you absolutely should. No, Eunice is a good time, honey. Oh man, thank you for being here too. Oh my god. And how about you, my new friend?
Of course. So once again, my name is Lamb, and please follow Men of Melon Magic and Frolic Weekend. In June, we will be having a huge festival for queer men of color, queer and trans men of color. And if you just happen to be in the Boston, Providence area, the greater Boston area,
as we like to say, right. Oh, yes.
Right. Know that you have a place where you can plug in, be connected, and thrive. That's important for us.
Amen. Yeah. And you know what? Not even just that, but I commend you on having such an organization that uplifts Black and Brown folk.
Got to.
And you know what? And creating a space for creatives and queer folk alike to again, feel safe, and I commend you on that, and I love what you do. So thank you again for being here. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for all that you do. And again,
thank you for all you do.
Yes, you do.
Thank you. No, I just feel very blessed and honored to have been able to interact with people who are on that wavelength. You know, that again, that
the
core,
company you keep,
that core group.
So
Listen,
right there.
oh yes, and it happens to just come to you. It just comes to you, and I am so grateful. So thank you again.
Thank you.
I want to say, for one, I've been on my new fitness journey with
all of Instagram has been seen.
and I'm getting hired at LA Fitness, which is now changing over to A Sporta. But I really want to extend, because I got so many messages, I was just a little overwhelmed about people getting personal training and things along those lines. I have free 7-day passes for whoever may contact me and hit me up in the inbox. I'm going to give you a few to bring to the studio.
Yes,
free 7-day passes. Come experience the club with me. I'll give you a tour. Quick little 20-minute circuit workout. Gather some of your goals, and we can work it out, honey. Okay, work it out, and I'll get you going on that journey. And also, make sure you're being good to yourselves.
Yes.
I can't say it enough, and I'm not going to stop saying it. So make sure you're being good to yourselves. And know that if nobody else told you this today, I love you. I love you. I don't love you like I love my mama, but I love you. I got love for you. And I think it's really important to know that. And again, looking inward is really important to becoming your authentic self and to loving yourself, which is also really, really important. So again, be good to yourselves, and thank you all for watching. Keep up with me on Tea with Taylor Instagram, Taylor Neptune on all social media sites, unfortunately. But yeah, and I'll make sure to at least try to get back. You know, I'll try. Listen, as long as you try, that's all that matters. And thank you again for keeping up. Y'all enjoy the rest of your Friday night, and thank you so much for watching. Later. Okay. Good night.